We got a jam-packed show for you tonight, all about the Stop Iran rally and a whole lot more. Here we go. Get ready to fight from within. You're about to go behind enemy lines on We Are America Radio. War.
Roger, 3-2. Goliath copies all. Go ahead. Target is surrounded by multiple firms entering what appears to be a residential area. Requesting permission to engage.
Live from the People's Republic of New York City, you're now going behind enemy lines with Gene Baradelli and Russ Gallo. You are now back behind enemy lines. Hey there, how you doing, everybody? Gene Baradelli here. On the line with me right now, sitting in for the great Russ Gallo, is the great Amanda Kohut. How you doing, Amanda?
I'm doing good, Gene. Gene, I gotta ask you though, why is it that whenever Russ is unable to be here, you have me fill his chair? You know perfectly well that whenever I sit in, Russ has to take an extra mental health day just to deal with the fact that I am sitting in the Gallo chair.
Well, you know what? Between you and me and, the thousands of listeners that listen to us on We Are America Radio, I do it just to taunt them. That's the main reason. That's all there is to it. So listen, we got
so you could win Buffoon of the Week.
Well, I don't know about all that.
I called you on that.
It's true. I never win Buffoon of the Week when Russ is around. And that's why we're playing tonight later on in the show. But right now, I just want to let everybody know we got a great show going on. And before I talk about the show, I want to dispel the rumors. I was not in jail with Kim Davis, and that's not why we were on last week. Last week, the show blew up. We had a little bit of a technical malfunction, not a little bit of a malfunction, a lot of a malfunction, and a couple of $100 later, we got the show back on air, so I'm glad you can hang out with us tonight, and just for hanging out with us and making sure that you're sticking by us and all that, we got a great show. We're talking about the Stop Iran rally that happened earlier in the week here, because I don't know whether you're listening to us live on We Are America Radio, the #1 political talk station on Live365.com, and now in the top 100 overall stations on Live365, which is an amazing accomplishment. Kudos to War on that. Or on our many different affiliates, or on WNJC 1360 AM, Philadelphia's Renaissance station. So, let's get into a little bit of politics, and we'll see if we can get going here. Amanda, let me ask you something. Do you think that this Stop Iran rally is going to do anything to change any vote in D.C.? I want the hack perspective on the rally today.
Absolutely not. What you have to understand is that this is all a whip game right now, and it's a matter of gathering votes. What we're really seeing is just a matter of activists rallying up the base and just trying to solidify that core group of voters. And that's what you're really seeing there.
I kind of agree with you. I think the votes are set. I think the fix is in. I'm not so sure that this is really going to amount to a hill of beans, other than to, like you said, whip up the frenzy. And that's what I think this rally did. But let me tell you something. As far as whipping up the frenzy goes, they did a good job. I mean, you saw the crowds there and the people that gathered, right?
Yeah, I did get to see little bits and pieces of it throughout my day at work, and it did seem like they had some good turnout. I mean,
good turnout and
it wasn't
some
on
top speakers too.
True, but I will say that I was in D.C. when the organic
Okay, so you caught me listening on replay there. Oh well, whatever. Well, you're breaking up. Hang on. You're breaking up a little bit, so we're just going to slow down here. Go ahead.
I was in D.C. years ago when grassroots voters were crowding the Capitol over Obamacare. And while we did see good response with the Iran rally, I don't think it quite had the impact that the grassroots did in the past when you're thinking about comparable rallies.
Well, listen, let's not kid ourselves here. This was a pure campaign rally. Let's put it out there right now. This was not a Tea Party rally. This was a Donald Trump, Ted Cruz rally. Agree or disagree?
Absolutely agree.
So the mission is different than the rallies that you saw back in 2010, 2011. The mission here was to whip up the votes, get the share of the percentage in the polls going into the next debate, and to kind of skew the discussion in the favor of those who put on the rally, being Ted Cruz and Donald Trump. And it looks like that under the guise of a political rally, they were able to score some pretty decent political points. I mean, Sarah Palin was there, and I think the guys from Duck Dynasty was there. I mean, it got a lot of attention today. It was the news story of the day.
Though, what I would have to just ask, though, is who did that rally attract outside of the people who you would already consider that base of voters for that group? Because Sarah Palin isn't going to have that outside appeal, and neither will the Duck Dynasty guys. So who exactly was that rally aimed to attract?
I'll tell you exactly who that was aimed to attract. That was aimed to attract all the stragglers out there who may be going for the other so-called grassroots candidates. They're trying to pull market share from the Ben Carsons of the world. They're trying to pull market share from Rand Paul. They're trying to pull market share from Carly Fiorina and all the people out there who think that they are the grassroots. Notice those names weren't there. This was a campaign stunt. That's all this was.
Well, it's funny that you say that, Gene, because you mentioned that Ted Cruz was there. And Ted Cruz also was involved with the Mike Huckabee event for Kim Davis. And there was a bit of controversy because Ted Cruz was not allowed to participate openly in Huckabee's Kim Davis event. And I'm not sure as to the extent of his involvement with the Iran rally here, but is he attaching himself because he's trying to neutralize? Is he trying to curry favor with those people? What was Ted Cruz's reason for being a busy little bee with these rallies?
Oh, listen, you know as well as I do, Ted Cruz is showing himself to be the true, quote-unquote, conservative choice out there right now. That's what I think he's doing. And I think he's doing a very good job of that. If you remember the first debate, he was the one that came out to be probably the most presidential out of all of the, I don't want to call them A- players, but not the top drawers of the debate. He ended up being reserved, calm, and collected. He's doing the presidential thing. He is traveling around. I mean, we haven't even talked about the Iowa State Fair yet. I mean, he's traveling around, and he's acting as if he is the grassroots conservative choice, the one. He's acting like he's the one that, and I'm not putting words in his mouth, if and when Donald Trump implodes, Ted Cruz picks up the pieces. That's what he's setting up right now.
I have to disagree. I think he's attempting, but I don't think that he quite has the pieces to make that happen yet. Because between now and the first debate back in August, Ted Cruz has not made any gains in the polls. And I know people like to criticize polls when they don't work in their favor, embrace them when they do. But the fact of the matter is that across multiple scientific polls, Ted Cruz has kind of stayed in the 6% polling spot, which is where he's been for months now.
Yeah, but I think we're going to see some new numbers coming out soon, and I think you're going to see Ted Cruz trying to chip away at a lot of what Donald Trump has created. He's hitching himself to the right coattails right now. You know, I think that's that it's good to be good with the Donald, because that way you stay out of his firing range, and I think that you get out and you actually get a little bit of the Trump rub. because they start saying, oh, he could be a great vice president. You know, the Trump people start looking at you positively, which can only favor Ted Cruz. I think he's getting the Trump rub.
Well, you know me, Gene. I still have serious reservations about the entire Trump candidacy as a whole.
I know, and you got to get on board with that already. I mean, come on now. Trump is inevitable.
Let me just point out the fact that he has been reaching out to major donors. So let's already do away with the notion that he's going to self-fund. And if he's going to be reaching out to major donors, if he has to get that fundraising done, he's going to find that it's a pretty dry field as it is.
Well, I don't know if it's a dry field or if it's an undecided field. I think that a lot of the major donors are still waiting for people to drop off. And then they're going to start throwing their money once they see which way the wind is blowing. But we're going to get into all that during the show here. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a little break. But when we come back, I am hopefully, if I keep all the gears and buttons and switches and knobs going here, we're going to have Brooke McGowan coming on the show to tell us about her perspective from being at the Stop Iran rally in Washington, D.C. Gina Amanda behind Enemy Lines will be back right after this brief commercial message with Brooke McGowan talking about Stop Iran rally. Come back with us, folks.
Are you among the 64% of Americans who believe our country is going in the wrong direction? If yes, eVoiceAmerica.com is the political take-action site we've all been waiting for. And it's really free. eVoice America provides your personal list of elected reps every time you log on. This makes it so easy to email your opinions and e-votes on top issues directly to each of our D.C. elected representatives. eVoice then publishes our e-vote majority percentages on top issues to each member of Congress and the media. Now, for the first time in history, we can know what millions of American citizens are telling Congress. No more gridlock. Join the new American majority using eVoiceAmerica.com, putting Americans in control of Congress. Visit eVoiceAmerica.com today. It's free and easy to use. That's eVoiceAmerica.com.
Hey everybody, Gene Baradelli here, and for those of you who know me, who have met me at a conference around the country, or have just even seen my photo online, you know I'm not the most fit guy in the world. In fact, exercise and I are not good friends at all. But I'm starting to do it more, and I'm starting to eat right, and I'm going to start taking Diabetics from Green Turtle Bay Vitamin Company. Diabetics is the first FDA-authorized multivitamin supplement for diabetics and for those like me who are predisposed to diabetes and have difficulty absorbing nutrients. Diabetics contains ingredients not included in multivitamin formulas for the general public and is unique for people like me who have diabetes running in their family. So I'm going to start eating right, I'm going to start taking Diabetics, I'm going to start exercising more, and I'm going to take you on this journey with me. That's Diabetics with a K, one of the many great supplements from Green Turtle Bay Vitamin Company. For more information, check out www.energywave.com. Behind Enemy Lines. Back on the air.
Hello, this is Brooke.
Hey, Brooke, it's Gene Baradelli and Amanda Cohut here behind Enemy Lines. How are you?
Oh, it's wonderful to talk to you, Gene. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I got Amanda Cohut on the line with me as well. We're going to be talking about, right now, on air. By the way, folks, we have on with us Brooke McGowan, who is, for those of you who don't know, besides being a dear, personal, longtime friend of mine, is the executive director of Concerned Christians for America. She was there on the ground at the Stop Iran rally in Washington, D.C. Brooke, first of all, you were there outside the Capitol with Donald Trump, with Ted Cruz. I think I saw Sarah Palin there. I think I saw Phil Robertson from Duck Dynasty there, a whole host of others. Set the stage for us. Tell us about what it was like to be there at that rally.
You know, today was electric, I got to say. There were probably, at the height of the day, at the most of the congregants there for the rally, I bet we were sitting at about 10,000 or more. They did filter off a little bit at about the 3 o'clock hour, but certainly it was high, it was electric, it was awesome. There also is a little bit of solemnity. We had to be a little solemn because of what this is about. Obviously, we were happy to be together because we're rallying for one cause. We're standing unified for America.